Hello, cats and kittens. Oriwa Jose Yoroshku. You're back in the Crisis Corner with a One Piece review for chapter. This is chapter 937. And one thing I want to look at first is which I thought was interesting on the cover page, where they're sitting around the table looking at different maps.
Yeah.
Two things. So is that the sun pirate joint on Zolo's back? Is that like foreshadowing my man coming back, Jinbei? You got the sun and then, half the word pirate.
It's possible right there. I mean, you do have the sun sitting on that man Zoro's back. So I am wondering, because I did take note that Jinbei was absent from this piece.
Yeah. They're supposed to be planning a new adventure. They ain't got their boy with them.
They ain't got their helmsman, yeah. So,
and then the other thing, I guess that's a 972. So maybe he comes back in 972, chapter 972.
Oh, you try to take clues from the?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out. I mean, maybe.
No, that actually,
unless that could be an 82, so referring to something that already happened. I don't know.
I would tell you that would be hot, and you heard it here first, folks.
Yeah, and the rest of it, I can't make out what the words would be. Packed, but I don't even know what that would be.
I would really. I hope you're on to something right here. I'll be honest with you.
So he might come in and rescue them or something in 972. Either that or something happened in 872 we should be thinking about. Either way. All right. But it's a cool spread though.
Yeah, it's hot. I actually like it.
Yeah. Now getting into the actual chapter, I feel terrible for Chopper, man. He the only person to really realize how bad the situation is. Yeah. Momo, he don't know what Big Mom's capable of. And what's her little girl? What's her name again? Tama. She didn't. None of them got the slightest idea
what they.
Yeah, we just came back from her territory, made a fool out of her. The minute she turns back, she gonna be looking for blood, man. All he can do is just sit there and hope. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, well, we are assuming that she's. Well, I mean, I got some predictions, and I'm sure we'll discuss them at some point or another. We're assuming she's looking for blood, for real. I mean, the biggest smackdown that she had laid on her. I mean, you can say her reputation took a blow if you want to, but Sanji put it on her with that cake. And I don't,
That is true.
I don't know, man.
I don't know how quickly she'd be looking to kill Sanji. Straw had.
I mean, Sanji worked that cake out. Now, if Puddin made it clear who made that cake, I don't know.
Yeah. But she's on this Oshiroku that she's looking for. Turning out there's some kind of a dessert, bean.
Oh, yeah. The, what is it? Oshiruko.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's trying to get it.
Section like a frog's eyes. I was like, oh, wow.
I mean, it sounded pretty, you as we get further in it, you see, Oda setting something up, but.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
But, that bottom panel, you can just see it on Chopper's face, you know what I'm saying? It's a tenuous situation. It could go badly, you know what I'm saying? I'm in tears, you know what I'm saying? I love it. Anyway, so he's up against it.
Okay.
Then we go to the worst prison in the history of the earth. Wow. I mean, I don't know what's up with Kaido's territory. You know what I'm saying? It's softer than I thought it would be. You know what I mean?
What do you mean?
I mean, look, they have a prison where they're giving people food for work. Second of all, Kid already escaped. They can barely keep Luffy in check.
I mean, to be fair though, that's 2 prisoners. I mean, it seems to me whoever's locked up has been locked up in there for a while, and they've held that person down for an extended period of time. Now, I don't really want to get into too many. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. You know, I'm gonna float my spoilers as they come to my, whatever. But my theories, I'm sorry, as they come to me. And one of my theories essentially is with Big Mom showing up in this territory, I actually believe that by the end of this arc, Wano, we're going to have not 1, but 2 Yonko being replaced. So I'm going to say, I'm going to float that essentially I believe neither Big Mom nor Kaido are going to make it out this arc. And both Kid and Luffy are going to have graduated to Yonko status by the end of it. So I don't necessarily think there's anything wrong with Kid having escaped, because in my mind, 2 slots need to be filled. So I got Kid taking somebody. I got Luffy taking somebody. Because at this point in time, you got too many hitters floating around, and I don't know if there's enough main course meals for everybody. If you catch my meaning. So essentially, you got Luffy, you got Kid, you got Law, you got Zoro. You got that Bama Sanji. If Jinbei shows up, you know what I'm saying? That theories that, Marco might come out of nowhere. It's too many heavy hitters. And there's,
True. I mean, you already know. Well, I got a few ideas on
the matchups.
I ain't gonna get too much into it. Well, I don't disagree with you that at least one of those 2 is going down, most likely to death.
Both of them Bama's gone.
And I just said Blackbeard is gonna kill one of them. I'm pretty sure of that. It's probably gonna be my man Kaido, but
Kaido got to go.
Yeah, he's gonna probably steal his devil fruit or whatever. All right, but I still say that he's running a pretty lax prison though.
All right. I mean, I don't know, but okay.
Anyway,
I ain't gonna argue with you too much.
Yeah, so he's defeating all of he got all of the, what you call them, the gifters at this point, was it? Or was it the...
Yeah, he's running through Babylons.
Yeah, it's not the pleasures.
The pleasures, right underneath the gifters.
And he's taking them out with Haki at this point.
Yeah, he's taking Babylons out with Congress Haki, and now he's moving on to... I'm loving this, dude. I'm loving it. He's moving on to training his armament Haki.
Yeah. And nobody sees this as being a threat. So I guess
I love it.
he's just annihilating people. Now I'm assuming when they were on the Chamonix Archipelago, when Shanks got that collar off of Kami, that was Haki, right?
Oh, Rayleigh.
There you go. When Rayleigh got that
yeah.
So maybe he's gonna work that out.
Well, that Haki when I don't know if you remember when we get Luffy's flashback to when Rayleigh's teaching him about Haki. Remember, I believe it was that big creature.
It was an elephant, I believe it was.
It's a big elephant, and he's using vicious observation Haki. He uses the nasty armament where he doesn't even touch this Bama.
Right.
Like it was like he was a Jedi, just kind of moves him out the way, and then he shows him his Conqueror's Haki. And I mean, Luffy's trying to get that Jedi Haki, Jedi armament.
I feel that. I don't know if that's going to get that collar off his neck though.
I mean,
honestly, he could just Haki up and take the blades, right? I mean, because it's blades that come out from the inside that are supposed to decapitate him, right?
Oh yeah, unless that's
Haki around his neck and take the hit.
I'm sure he probably maybe could, depending on how fast those blades are.
Okay.
I mean, but he's not the only one. Essentially, it's got to be him and that old man.
Because that's why I was thinking he was going to use that technique to get the collar off of the old man.
Well, I think, at this point in time, he needs to step up with his armament Haki. I mean, it's been slowly but surely coming since he's fought Doflamingo, but he needs to step his armament up big time if he's going to make any kind of progress against Kaido.
So get that block mochi type deal.
Yeah, I think he's going to need that.
All right. So he's trying to get that advanced hockey in.
I think he's trying to get advanced. Last arc, he got advanced observation. I think this arc he's getting advanced armament.
Which again is kind of throwing me off because each of the big three is supposed to master, supposed to be fluent or whatever in one of the three types of hockey, and he basically passed both of them by to the point where I don't think that there's any match for him on either.
Well, I mean, we got to be real with it though, and I know we talked about it before, but so the new world or this time skip is teaching us that first and foremost, a monster trio is insufficient. You got to have you a monster quartet if you're going to go if you're going to make any kind of progress in the new world. So we can't even really talk about in terms of big three. You got to be talking about in terms of big four. Mm-hmm. And then, your big four have to be able to be bangers themselves. But at this point, unless he passes these cats in armament and observation, he can't even begin to get on the stage with Big Mom, Kaido, or Shanks. It's not even, Blackbeard. That's not even a conversation yet. I mean, and I would actually argue until bless you, I would argue that until he finishes his training with armament hockey, I would still say Zolo's probably stronger than him.
Yeah, we had that conversation. I'm pretty sure that's true.
Yeah, I mean, until he finishes right here, I'm going to go out on the limb and say Zoro is more powerful than Luffy right now.
Okay.
So,
okay.
Train all he wants to.
That's right. They're giving him the opportunity. That's for sure. Yeah. He thanks to Kaido and his flunkies, he's getting all the opportunity he needs. So at this point, we see that a few things are coming to a head. Queen apparently is just throwing down on all this Oshiroku. And Big Mom hungry for that joint, and it seems like they're heading on a collision course.
Which I love. I don't even know why. It's so convenient, but I love the hell out of it because he's digging into some Oshiruko, and Big Mom is like, that's what I want.
And now Chopper and them are heading towards the prison area.
They're heading towards the prison.
Wow. So I wonder how far is the prison from where Kaido is?
Where Kaido is presently?
Yeah. It's probably not too close. I mean, because if he hears about Big Mom, he knows that she landed. He assumes that she's dead.
I mean, I guess that's the assumption. She's dead.
But by the time he gets, it's going to be a ruckus. I mean, when she gets there, it's just going to be a weird situation. Because how many more days is it till the actual fight?
It's still like a week or something. It's not that long.
This thing's going to be a circus, man.
I can't.
Look, she gonna come to the prison. I guess Queen is just gonna get crushed because this Queen is a beast. I don't know.
I'm sure Queen is a beast, and I'm sure even being a beast, Queen's gonna know. Let me leave Big Mom alone.
All right, so a couple of things might happen. He gets there, fights Queen for the Oshiruko. And gets her memory back, and then see Straw and flick off and do whatever she was getting ready to do. Or I don't know. There's a lot of ways that they could go, but the point being that they're on a collision course at this point. And she gonna get their food. Because she gonna flick off. She'll be back to that. She gonna commence to eating people.
I mean,
like the old days. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
I got Queen. I don't know how much. See, my thing is because it's been established. Big Mom is a monster, like straight monster. Like I ain't never, we ain't seen Kaido beast out, and to this point, I ain't never seen nobody just save for Whitebeard and what he could have done if he wanted to. Mm-hmm. I ain't never seen nobody just beast out like Big Mom. She's terrifying. That's how powerful this woman is. So I just can't imagine Queen being such a fool that he's gonna want to go toe to toe with Big Mom.
Oh,
I just can't even imagine, unless he's a complete idiot. Like I don't know what he could be packing. But
I mean, Kato heard that she was landing on the shore and didn't go over there to fight her. Like was like sink the ship or something like that. You know, he didn't seem like he was in a hurry to, you know,
to see her. Yeah.
He really trying to see her, you know, off the break. You know, so yeah, whatever.
So if they could get that sucker punch in and drown her because she is a devil fruit user, then that would be great. But yeah, I don't know. I can't imagine anybody being idiotic enough to try to go head to head with Big Mom.
Mm. And as a side bit, how you feeling about Buff Luffy with that, with the abs and all that stuff? With the,
I mean, I don't know, man. Like it just, like you said, you know, and some of this is Keystone Cops. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the Berman in prison, and he is using this as a training opportunity. So he's physically getting fit. The Bama is training his hockey. Like, I don't know. And you got to see what he's doing. Like, I don't, like you said.
So how long is he going to hold this, the form, though? I mean, his being bulked up is, you know, is emphasizing that he's getting stronger. Is he going to hold that? Like, is that going to be his new look going forward?
I think this has to be his new look, right? I mean, unless you're saying, well, you gotta continuously train to be able to maintain that. So unless you're saying he's not going to work on that anymore, then I got that's him.
Okay.
I think he's gonna have some definition to him.
Okay. All right. So
what do you think? I mean,
I think it's weird. I mean, it messes. I ain't gonna say it messes up his visual, but you know, we always seen him this kind of not thin, but his build. You know, we just used to his build being what it was. You know, and unless he was to do, you know, use one of his gears and inflate himself. You know, inflate his muscles or whatever. Which is what gear? Which one is that?
Muscles is gear 4.
Yeah. So unless he goes his gear 4, I guess is gonna be just off the hook now. But
it's gonna be nasty. I mean, and it has to be if he's trying to go toe to toe with Yonko.
Okay. I mean, I guess I don't really like Buff Luffy that much, but you know that's fair. All right, so now we get to my man Zoro.
Yeah, man, this is the highlight of the chapter.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So he's this warrior monk that's on the bridge. I guess they're on that bridge. Yeah, they're on that bridge, and he's talking smack, talking about how he's gonna kill him to get. First of all, he's the one that stole the shoe suit.
The shoe suit, yeah.
All right, so he stole the sword. I don't know how he did that, but he did it. You know,
Zolo stay losing the scores, man. People
the guys took it from him, and Dressrosa, this big guy, took it from him.
Yeah,
must have been drunk, I guess.
I guess so. That man must stay drunk.
Yeah, we did say he's a highway robber, so he is a thief. What he got, a Negata or whatever
I mean, Naginata.
Naginata?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Up in the trees. Although he does he have other stuff on his back, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, he's running around for Arsenal.
Yeah.
So Zoro's decided I am going to go ahead and jack the Bama who just jacked me.
Yeah, he don't look terribly concerned. You know,
yeah.
He's standing there like, you know, whatever. All right, so the man's he's some interesting stuff going on there. Let me see. First, he's going on about how great Ryuma was and this, that, and the other, and how he was a true samurai and was like an undefeated swordsman.
Yeah.
Then he drops the thing about the city, how Wano used to be the city of gold, and I heard a lot of people speculating that might be tied into Skypiea. With the gold, the whole gold deal.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. I don't know how long ago he's talking about, and Skypiea did come from the ground and got knocked up, I suppose. But I don't know if they got anything to do with Wano.
I'm curious
if he's literally talking about a country of gold. I guess it's possible.
Yep.
And let me see. Then he goes on about now the interesting thing that he gets to is that First of all, Zolo was like, "He not hearing it. You know, I'm gonna get that sword back. You will return." So, you know what I'm saying? He's smiling while he said it, so he don't care about that one way or the other. Then he drops the joint about Shusui being a black blade. It became one, which strikes Zoro as being interested in the fact that it was turned into it after many battles. The funny thing about this is, I think that what my man Mihawk probably told him something about this, and it feeds into Zoro's, just his personality. And I think he told him some of this stuff, and he just didn't get it.
Yeah, because he said any blade can become a black blade.
Yeah, he was telling him that. You know what I'm saying? And he probably told him plainly, do this, and then your joint will be a black blade. Or that these swords grow into black blades, and he just told him that, and he's like, huh, okay. You know what I'm saying? And now that he's actually seeing it, he's like, oh, you know what I'm saying? It's finally getting home or something like that. But I'm surprised he hadn't considered that before. Blades aren't made, swords aren't made black. And he knows that when he puts his hockey into it, it turns black.
Yeah.
So I figured he would just naturally wonder how can he get it to retain that hockey.
Yeah.
But, apparently he hadn't thought about that up until this point, but whatever. So man commences to attacking him. And then Otama and who's that? What's her name? What's Homegirl's name?
Oh, the young girl?
Yeah. Ain't that what you call him? Supposed to be dead.
It looks like it. It looks like it to me. It looks like it's
What's her name? I forget.
The beautiful geisha.
Yeah. I forget her name. I think of it. Anyway, so they're on the run from who I thought was actually going to be Killer. But it turned out it's not. So the manhunter that was supposed to have been running loose this whole time.
Yeah.
I thought it was Killer, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it turned out he's there, so that's another theory down the drain. So it turned out it's an assassin named
Komurasaki. That's the
Komurasaki, okay.
Komurasaki, yeah, that's the
Otama and Komurasaki on the run from an assassin.
Yeah. No, that's Otoko.
Otoko, I'm sorry. So they're on the run from an assassin who's been sent after them by
by Orochi, right?
Orochi, yeah.
The Shogun. The Shogun sent the assassin.
Kamazo the manslayer.
Well, what I like before that, and I'm gonna tell you, your man, Gyukimaru is becoming my favorite. So when he's attacking Zoro and they're fighting, and he hears this woman and child cry out for help, and he averts his gaze for a second, right. And your man Gyukimaru tries to cheap shot him.
Oh yeah,
and get in there and take that man out. I'm feeling the hell out this dude.
I mean, his point is well taken. I mean, that's when you go in. You don't attack somebody when they're looking for it. You blindside them. You know what I mean? If you want to end the fight, I'm feeling them for real.
That was real.
Yeah,
that was real to me.
So, all right. So Zoro's not feeling, watching a woman and a child die right in front of him. So he tries to help him out and confronts the killer again. Kamazo the manslayer, who's been sent specifically to kill Otama. Otoko. Okay. Let's see what is relevant here. So he decides to help them. I'm looking for something here.
Oh, wait, he says, "What I get for helping you?"
Yeah, well, he is gonna get some food out of it and some booze. This is about right for him. So he's all right. So the battle is basically joined, and the manslayer goes in on him. He's talking about he basically asks Zoro, is he gonna start fighting seriously? Which again, just shows that he ain't putting in no work since what was the last serious fight that he's been in anyway?
I don't know, man. It's been a while since he fought seriously.
Yeah.
I mean, we talking pre-time skip. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, nobody's really made him work until this point. And apparently he's not really, really working right now. But he does admit that Kamazo's strong.
Strong, yeah.
Yeah. So the battle's engaged. And in the end, I mean, I'm still trying to blindside him. You're wide open. You know?
I love it, yo. I love it. Because essentially Zoro's fighting two people.
Yeah. Which, Oda gives him that handicap to, make him look good,
Which I love. And not to say, because I don't want to delve too deeply into, because folks constantly want to have that Sanji versus Zoro debate. And it's not really a debate. And I'm because I know Oda wants to build it up, which is a problem for me at this point. Because it shouldn't even really be a debate, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. Because mostly because of the purpose each of them really truly serves on this ship. Not to say that Sanji isn't meant to be a badass, but Sanji's got picked up to be the ship's cook.
Yeah.
Even Jinbei, he's been picked up to be the helmsman. Everybody else has these jobs. Zoro's job, I mean, if you want to say he's the first mate, which we haven't really got proper confirmation on up to this point, I mean, his job is to be a combatant. His job is to, outside of Luffy's, his job is to bust people's asses. That's what he's on this crew to do. Yeah. So if you tell me anybody outside of the captain does that, that's a problem, and you don't really have a spot on this team. Everybody else has side work. Everybody else has a main job, and they whip ass on top of it.
Yeah.
This is Zoro. This is his job. His job is to crush people. So, the Zoro versus Sanji debate was always nonsensical to me because he has to be number two because that's what you got hired for. You're supposed to be Luffy's champion.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, how you do that if he has other cats that rank above you, but.
Right. I mean, at this point, he should. There's no way. I mean, it's just Luffy. That's the only dude.
The only baddie on the team.
Yeah, he should run through Jinbei. Really.
This is your job. Yeah. Son. This is why you're on the crew. I need you to make it clear you're on my crew to whip people's asses. So get to work.
Yeah.
So, I mean, even if Carrot ends up joining, I bet you, she'll be the lookout. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's going to be. She's going to be up in the crow's nest. That's going to be her gig. Zoro's gig is to cut people down. You know what I'm saying? That's your job. So,
I mean, he said from way back when they was at Barati, you know what I'm saying? Before that, actually. Matter of fact, when they met, he was talking about my goal is to be the world's greatest swordsman. He was like, hey, man, that's what the Pirate King should have. You know what I'm saying? He said, great, you know what I'm saying?
Man, I'm trying to tell you. So, Zoro taking down two strong opponents in one fight seems like it's a reasonable expectation. And I hope this puts to rest some of this Zoro versus the Sanji nonsense.
We'll get back to that.
Yeah. I don't want to talk about Sanji yet because,
Anyway, then finally, what you call him, the man's leg. I can't even say he got the drop on him, but due to the idiot's interference, he winds up taking the scythe through the shoulder.
Yeah,
he took that clearly because to be honest with you, he could have hockeyed up or whatever, and I probably could have avoided it straight up, but he needed another sword. You know what I'm saying? And that was my impression is. That was the point. He took that hit so he could get his hands on that site.
And he kind of says that because the dude says, "I can't get the joint out."
Yeah, he can't. I mean, he probably just clenched up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. He said, "I can't get it out."
And that's messed up, man. This dude is a monster. You know what I mean? He's just like, hey, give me that, give me that joint, and took it. Hockey that joint. Now looking at that, he hockeyed up all three of them jokers. I think he took all of them black. You can see the hockey coming off of his two swords in his hand. So he probably hocking up that safe too, and just
I'm trying to tell you, man, hit that man with the purgatory onigiri.
Gary, that was it. I'm assuming he did.
I think so too. I think that's a one hit quitter. I think he's done.
He caught that. It's over. So that's the end of him. A righteous strike. And he puts an end to him. All right. So he's still. I mean, at least he bled. You know.
I mean,
I can't say he didn't go all out, but at least he put some blood into it. You know.
Yeah, he bled a little bit. You know. Yeah.
I don't know if there was another way he could have got that sight from him.
I mean, but he got it. You know what I'm saying? He put that. I mean, I'm assuming he put that baby there. We'll find out when the next chapter roll out. But
yeah. So I'm assuming if he took that and he's still alive, credit to him. Credit to him, and he's gonna take something worse after that.
I mean, he gonna take this, and then he about to come up. He about to grab that arsenal and take out.
Yeah.
You know, he about to get a hold of that.
Now I'm wondering, does that affect his standing with the my man, the robber? I mean, how's that getting resolved? You know,
I'm curious too because I'm sure they're gonna have to get him Shusui. He's gonna take that man's arsenal. I think there's gonna be some conversation about being a part of the I guess the Rebel Alliance, and
okay,
and I think it'll work out. I think they'll have their kumbaya moment, and everybody will be friends.
True.
So
Sorry, so that pretty much it for the chapter, which is a pretty decent chapter.
I think this was a great quality chapter.
Yeah. Anytime Zolo go off, it's
a good read. It's a good read. And I like the stuff going on with Luffy. I know you don't like bulked out Luffy, but I'm enjoying him training. Being in the gym.
Basically, they're mirroring each other. One's trying to up his hockey, his Conqueror's hockey. The other one's going to probably wind up in his what? I don't know. Zolo's he's going to up something. I don't know what.
I mean, does he need to at this point? I mean, I haven't seen Zoro hit a wall yet. I think that's the problem that I'm running into is I haven't seen him hit that point, and I don't know that he's going to hit it until he faces off against King, who I'm assuming he's going to be paired with when the fights come.
As a matter of fact, one thing I've been wondering since Mihawk, has he lost a fight?
He
said he wouldn't, but has he?
I mean, he's been slumped by. I mean, he's run into some hiccups. He couldn't have beat Kuma.
He gave that one up. I mean, he was going to lose, but
yeah, he's going to lose. So
for the crew before he
technically lost. He didn't technically lose to Borsellino either. I mean, who essentially wrecked the whole crew.
Right.
Technically, what are the Bambas? Those brothers that were working with.
You talking about the what you call? Yeah.
They slumped the Bambas from behind. They caught him.
With some gas.
I mean, I don't know if that's really losing, but anytime he's fought straight up, I don't know if he's taking an L.
Okay.
Since Mihawk, so
I'm assuming he's going to at some point.
Take an L?
Yeah. I mean, he promised that he wouldn't, but
promises are made to be broken.
Yeah, I think he at some point he might just run into some dude that's ridiculous.
I mean,
he's going to have to level up to beat that dude, or he's going to have to get him on the second fight.
I think that we might get into some of that when it's time for them to come face to face with Shanks' crew. So I don't know how that interaction is going to go, and I guess it's all dependent on if Shanks' crew make that major heel turn or not. I don't know. Like if it's not a heel turn, then I think they'll show, hey, you guys have come far, but you ain't quite this far. But if it's a heel turn coming, I don't know. Stuff by
I thought it's going to be another fight for him. He probably, he's got to get Shusui back, and what else? Yeah, he probably won't get another fight for a second. I don't think. Luffy, on the other hand, he's got to get out of that prison or get them collars off at least. And then after that, he's going to have to deal with Big Mom. She shows up at that Joker with some food. It's interesting. At least it's picking up. It's picking up.
Big Mama had that man terrified.
Oh yeah. I just go ahead and leave. I let Queen deal with it. If I put on a mask or something.
Something just bounce. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna be weird.
Put on a hat or something and roll out of that Joker.
I got to get out.
The minute she sees him, her memory gonna come back and she gonna go off. I'm pretty sure she gonna go off. And in that case, I just run.
Boogie, you all right?
Hey, it'll be on because he ain't got no. Unless they can get that dude out of that prison. And what's his name? Apparently, he's one of the 9 scabbards.
Yeah, I think. I mean, they're gonna end up. I mean, I think that's gonna be the whole point of whatever happens, whatever kind of foolishness comes out. They'll get main man out of the prison.
Because Rizo's working on that right now.
Yeah. So
he's talking about even if they got the key to his sea stone cuffs, the gate itself might be rusted or whatever. Luffy could probably rip that off right quick.
It's something we need to get.
He all bulked up.
Yeah.
You could probably get three that Joker and bust it off or something. Hope you enjoyed this. Our impressions of 937, was it 936?
937.
937, and we look forward to the next chapter. Comment, like, subscribe, all of that, and we'll see you next time. Stay loose.